Hey everyone, so we've got an unboxing to do. In fact, this is probably the 7,512th of these you've seen today. And that's right, we're gonna unbox the Switch 2, because why shouldn't I also join in on the fun? So, anywho, let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the box real quick. Probably, like I said, been a ton of them already. This particular box, and I don't know why I thought that there was a different packaging for the Mario Kart bundle, but apparently they're just slapping stickers on and that's it. So there's the side. There's really nothing to this. I mean, it's pretty plain. You know, there's information here on the bottom about what it comes with and everything, and regulatory information, all that other fun stuff. So yeah, nothing fancy. The box is the box actually does not feel very premium for a Nintendo product, but it's a box, so who cares, right? So yeah, well yeah, it's got this matte finish to it. Everything just looks cheaply printed on. I don't know. I mean, I compared it with the Switch 1 box, and they're about the same in terms of the paper quality and everything. But they're definitely different from the Wii and Wii U era, where the boxes had like more of a smooth finish to them, a little shiny, seemed like a little bit better printing, but again, it's just packaging. So, all right, let's go ahead and open it up and see what it comes with. So there's a little bit of tape, adhesive, whatever you want to call it, those little like circle sticker things. And oh look, there is a little setup guide here. Plug it in, go to the setup, etc., etc., etc. So, and there she is. Joy-Cons and the Switch itself. It's got some heft to it. It's been so long since I've actually held my Switch 1 that I kind of forgot what that's like, because it's been sitting in the dock forever. Joy-Cons. They do feel heavier. They are larger, definitely, than the original ones, but again, I haven't even touched those in forever, because I've been using the Pro Controller. I did not pick one up this time. I would probably get one in a few weeks, because this already costs, $500 plus tax, another $80, and yeah, it gets expensive, so. But we'll unwrap those in a little bit. Okay, so there is a download code for the game itself, and yeah, cool. So now I wonder if this is a download that gets tied to your account, or if it gets tied to the console itself. Not sure. What else we got here? Ooh, important safety information and usage. That is for all you safety aficionados. I'm trying to record this actually kind of quick because I've got to start my day job and everything. This showed up at my house about 6:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've actually been up since about before 6 because I was waiting for it to come in. It was raining overnight, and I didn't want them to leave it on the porch in the event that they came in like a cardboard box. Fortunately, they had the foresight to put it in a plastic bag. So here's the ultra high-speed HDMI cable. You do have to use this cable with the Switch 2. You can't use the one that came with the Switch 1 because of the fact that Switch 2 supports 4K and HDR. You have to use a certified cable. Now, if you already have one of these, great. But if you are just planning on just dropping this in place, you're not going to be able to use the original Switch cable. Sorry, you're going to have to tear apart your entertainment center, much like I will have to as well. Joy-Con rails. I never really used the first ones. We'll almost definitely not use these. Oh, who knows? Alright, let's see. Next, we've got the charger and a separate USB Type-C cable. That's awesome. I believe the charger is a maximum 60-watt charger. And this is, again, it's got some heft to it. You're definitely going to have to use this charger. You can't use the original Switch one because it's just not powerful enough. I believe 60 watt is when it's in dock mode. Probably works at 45 watts handheld mode. but it can also do 5 volts as well to charge accessories, things like that. The USB Type-C cable is probably also certified for power delivery and everything, so use the original stuff that it comes with. And next we've got, I'm guessing, yep, this is the new Joy-Con grip. If you don't have the Pro controller, you've got this instead. It does have some rubber guards here to protect the shiny plastic, which I'm never a huge fan of shiny plastic. I know it's supposed to be quote-unquote premium, but there's the, that looks similar to the sides of the Switch console itself. And allegedly these are supposed to be stickers. So if you need to get in, especially on the Switch console itself, to get to the screws and everything, you'll have to peel this up, which means you'll probably end up creasing it and all that, which I don't like. But personally, I don't plan on taking mine apart anytime soon, so I'm not too worried about it. And of course, the dock. Nintendo logo there, Switch 2 on the front. See, the looks similar inside to the Switch 1 dock, but they are not compatible at all. I know there was probably some speculation that maybe the OLED dock would work with the Switch 2 because it allegedly has a 4K chip inside of it. Rumor at the time it came out was that it was intended for the Switch Pro. The other rumor is that because of the chip shortages that were happening, they just went and used that instead. I don't know. But Nintendo said it doesn't work, so it doesn't work. Maybe someone with more courage than me wants to try it. Let's see. There's the ports over here. USB Type-C, HDMI, and built-in Ethernet. And there are also 2 USB 2.0, I'm assuming, ports. There might be 3.0, but they're probably 2.0 for various accessories and things like that. It does have some active cooling in it. Apparently, it's just for the dock itself and not necessarily to assist the Switch 2, especially since there is nothing. It's hard to get lighting in here, but there's nothing within the dock itself, no ventilation that passes through. Oh, yeah, kind of like a rubber texture to it, so that's kind of nice for protecting everything. All right, let's get this box out of the way. All right, let's take a look at the console itself. And yeah, that's a screen. It is larger. I'll have to dust it off because some of the dust from the cardboard box somehow got in there. There's the top. I am kind of bummed out that the top USB-C port is not for anything except for accessories, things like that. You can't hook up for HDMI or video output or anything like that. I don't even think it does charging for the console, so. Game card slot, very similar to the Switch 1. And in the back, it's got Switch 2, much better stand, although it's not quite as nice, apparently, as the OLED stand. So, you know, interesting. It is stiff, so it's probably good for, you know, keeping it in place and everything. Ventilation. These little slots there are the speakers themselves. There's the, you know, the side rails here. Let me see if I can readjust the lighting so it's just easier. And this does have a little bit of give to it, so hopefully you won't run into any issues of it actually snapping off or anything like that. I kind of wish they hadn't colored these in. I know it doesn't matter because once you attach a Joy-Con you won't see it, but it will bother some people when they go and buy, which I'm assuming Nintendo will inevitably come out with different colored Joy-Cons. Oh, that went in nicely. Also, my microphone's about to die, so we're going to wrap this up. I'm not going to power it on just yet. Like I said, I got to get ready for work. That's basic unboxing right there. I'm not doing any teardowns or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this plugged in to charge up, download the updates while I get ready for work and morning meeting and stuff like that, and prepare this thing so I can transfer everything from the Switch 1 over. I'll probably do a few more follow-up videos with this with some other things. In fact, we already know that third-party mice will work at least with some games, as well as keyboards and stuff, but I want to see if I can use a third-party webcam. Well, a Microsoft one. So stay tuned for that. So quick follow-up. I put a screen protector on and a couple of minor bubbles left in there, but they will subside because the majority of them have already done so. The screen protector I went with was the AM film. I've used them before. I've used it on my Analog Pocket, the original Switch, and several phones in the past, and it's done pretty well. It even comes with like a little applicator built in and everything. So, you know, kind of looks like this here, and you line it up and it applies it as evenly as possible. It does come with these, you know, sticker style dust removers you apply on there, little alcohol swab, microfiber cloth, which these are also really good for cleaning your glasses, this type of microfiber cloth. So yay. But yeah, I'm happy with it. In a few days I'll see if the rest of these bubbles subside, but a little bit of a glossiness to it, but at the same time it's also pseudo matte, as you can see there. So